Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Esteban Hour. What is in the news cycle today? Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Dinosaur parts. Dinosaur parts. They're finding dinosaur parts at the bottom of lakes or reservoirs. Not sure either or, but it's been reported that these dinosaur parts that they're finding could possibly be over 113 million years old. That's million, not decades or centuries. That's million. That gives you the wow factor. It's reported that water is so low. That's why they're finding these dinosaur parts. The parts that they found is a possible relative to the T Rex dinosaur, and they're finding these because of excessive drought conditions. Along with that, the drought conditions that they're experiencing has revealed tracks of a 60-foot dinosaur in a state park in Texas. I mean, wow. Who would have thought that that's still around, right? Who would have thought that was still around? But if they're finding that, you'd like to think, what else are they finding? What else are they telling us? What else is there that they may or may not be telling us that they're finding? It's it's quite comical, but serious at the same time that they could be finding. So are they finding uh bodies? Are they finding gold? Who's to say, right? Who's to say? So we because of the times that we're going through with the war between Ukraine and Russia, um, it's it's an everyday thing where there's something that's always happening, always happening. You never know what to say. You never know what to believe next. But it's been reported that the U.S. government is urging Americans to leave the country of Ukraine immediately. They're warning that Russia is stepping up attacks and efforts to launch attacks on civilian infrastructure and government facilities in the coming days. As if they haven't done enough, right? As if the Ukrainian people haven't gone through enough. I'm wondering why are they issuing that warning now? It's been about 3 months or so, or no longer than that. In fact, no. Tomorrow marks the 6 month anniversary of the war that was started by Russia. I Between this and then you have the nuclear plant uh, emergency situation. You're wondering what is next. What is Russia? Are they really trying to destroy what's known as um, uh, uh, civilized living of today's age? If they can't have it their way, then nobody is gonna live. It's crazy. So now they've issued this ban, and they're telling Americans to get out of Ukraine. Sometimes I say to myself, what are they doing there to begin with? But I understand why they're there. I understand they're there to help. The Ukrainian people need help, and so they do what they can. They try to keep themselves safe, right? We pray that they keep themselves safe. But I'm sure these people are scared every day of their lives, right? They have to worry about what's going on. Today is primary day in I think New York and Florida. right? New York and Florida. The primary season will start for, or I should say, would end for Florida and New York today. There are Democrats facing off in what's called a closely watched governor's primary race in Florida against the current governor, Ron DeSantis. I can only imagine the shenanigans that um, are going on down there in regards to it. But if that's what the people there want, take it. We've got a few shenanigans going on in New York as well. They redrew um, the what they call the lines for congressional districts, leaving two Democratic Congress people um, fighting for the same seat. And so today we will see which one of those um, will take that chair. But it's serious. It's serious. Everyone needs to get involved. Everyone needs to vote. Everyone needs to understand what's going on in their government today. Not hold off, not wait, not think, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Yes, it's a very big deal. Democracy. Democracy is on the ballot. Democracy is on the table. So I see in the headlines that President Biden wants to. He's trying to trying to forgive some student loan debt. Student loan debt, canceling 10,000 in student loan debt. Is that enough? Is that enough? Some people may say, that's crap. That's crap. I say, I mean, I guess if you owe, $75,000, if you owe $100,000, maybe so. But when I went to college, I had to pay for all of my debt. I had to pay all of my student loans. So, you know, kudos to those who get student debt forgiveness. But if you don't, it makes you normal because thousands, millions of people before you did not have that. They're saying that in addition to student loan debt forgiveness, this will take into effect if it goes through for those who make under 125,000 per year. Now I know a few people who this would definitely help. They've had a lot of problems trying to find a job, even with a 2 or 4 year degree. So I'm sure that this would definitely help them. But they're also saying that could this add to inflation? Could this make inflation worse, and in turn make our economy or take longer for our economy to continue to head into the right direction? I don't know. I'm sure those who have student loan debt don't care. They don't care. Just give me my $10,000, and that's it. But there is a bigger picture that we have to understand with this. And though it might be nice for some folks to, get that forgiveness, there is a bigger picture of where that's going to come from, and perhaps what is that going to hurt. I I'm kind of jealous in a way because I'm like that was never a topic for conversation or an idea when I went to school. So screw everyone who has student debt right now. I don't really mean that, but it's still like it's not fair. It's not fair. But it could become reality, right? It could become reality. COVID 19. COVID 19. Is anybody tired of hearing that word? COVID 19. There's two more words to add to that: monkeypox and polio. What the hell is going on? Monkeypox and polio. Polio found in our water, and monkeypox slowly making its way around the country. Starting from COVID 19. They are, it looks like they're going to be coming out with some new vaccine boosters that's going to specifically target the Omicron subvariant, BA4 and BA5. So, you know, when it becomes available, you feel the need to take it, take it. Some may not want to take it, others may want to take it. But now there are three different diseases we need to worry about. As they say, polio has made a comeback. And monkeypox, who the hell knew what that was before today? Just like who knew what COVID was before that originated. But it's really crazy that we have to worry about all these things, right? Besides our normal well-being, our normal health issues, those who are suffering from diabetes or sciatica or asthma. Now add to it monkeypox, COVID, polio. Then you've got the politics happening on both sides, right? Do we really need that? Fix it. Let's move on. Everyone band together. that's, a, that's a joke. That's a joke. All right. I see a $27 billion lawsuit has just been made against the law agencies in Uvalde, Texas, and also by the gun manufacturers. And this has been done by the families. Uh, it's interesting how you never heard of any of these towns before these situations, right? Who the hell ever heard of Uvalde? Nobody. And that goes for all the other uh, um, situations where there were murders being taking place. Who did have you ever heard of these towns? Now they're famous for the wrong reasons. So they have this lawsuit against um, the agencies, and I guess we'll see what happens. It's been done horribly. Again, politics being thrown in there to cover up whatever might have been done wrong, as if all these beautiful children who have passed away, as if that's not enough that these families have to bear. Now we have to go through the political distraction in regards to what they have to deal with. It's sad. It's sad. We pray for those families every day, just as much as we pray for every family that has gone through a situation similar to that. Kids are returning to school. Kids are now returning to school. Parents are not so confident in many things. The COVID 19, masks. You remember last season and the season before of parents fighting back and forth. Some want their children to wear masks, others do not. Are we going to go through a third school term um, fighting over the same thing? Although they have lifted a lot of the mask mandates, but still, the point is supposed to be about keeping each other safe. You can't keep everyone's safe if one is doing something and the other is not. But parents are not confident. They have a lot of fears in what this school year could turn out to be. Do you blame them? I don't. I don't. On top of that, you have teachers. You have teachers that are going on strikes. I believe in Columbus, Ohio, we have a teachers organization that's on strike. And what are they on strike for? For the same reasons that they all go on strike. And that's pretty much they want smaller classes, too many kids in the classroom. They want upgrades being done to their school buildings, and they want bigger pay. Should they not get this? Do they not deserve this? Does those three factors not seem reasonable? Smaller classes, upgrades to the buildings that they work in with their children every day, and higher pay. We pray for that. Teachers are the root to what our children learn. We need to do better by our teachers. So it's been told that 300 documents have been removed from Mar-a-Lago, the private residence of former President Donald Trump. And Donald Trump himself, back in December of 2021, went through at least 15 boxes of what they called the first batch. Now, it's been reported that, according to multiple people, the first batch was dealt with in, or I should say, returned in January. Then the second batch of documents was returned in June, and the third and last batch is what was recovered from the FBI search back in August. But Donald Trump has gone through these documents, and it's also been reported that there could be some video surfacing that shows miscellaneous people going in and out, moving around boxes of some sort. If that's true, there's the proof right there. I mean, we all know that Trump thinks those documents of his, but it goes back to the statement that I recently had read, where Trump had said in regards to the FBI search that this was unprecedented. There's never been an FBI search done to a former president or a president at all in the U.S. history. There's never been a U.S. president that has felt those documents are mine because my signature is on it. Those documents are mine. No one's ever done that. No one has ever ignored the advice and counsel of their team when being told, Mr. President, you can't take those documents. Those documents belong to the American people. And he obviously said, I don't care. I'm taking them. So you're told not to do something, you do it anyway, and then you scream bloody murder. It's unprecedented. They took my stuff. No, they took back their stuff, of which you were told not to take it. And so now that that search is being done, for them to take it back, now some folks are screaming that this is being done only for political reasons. They don't want him to run. One side does not want him to run. So it's not about that you have classified material in your house. It's not about you have top secret documents that is unsecured and pretty much anybody could just go in and out of them. They said that there were documents in the basement, there were documents in his office, there were documents, I don't want to say everywhere, but there were documents that were not properly secured. That's unprecedented. Who the hell has ever done that? Something that says top secret is top secret and viewed that way. Something that says classified is classified and viewed that way. You know, he did say that, oh, he waved his magic wand and poof, it's no longer classified. Um, there's so many things I could say about that. But one thing I could say is, Mr. President, you're a grown ass man. You know right from wrong. You know good from bad. You know full well you cannot just, I'm declassifying this, put it in my car, and drive away. There are, even if that's what you wanted to do, there are channels and legal ways to go about doing those things. You did not do that. That makes those documents in your home illegal. Somebody, please tell him that. Although I'm sure many people have already told him that, but it seems to go through one ear and out the other ear. So his attorneys filed a motion to block further review of the seized documents until a special master is appointed. Special master, I guess someone considered neutral or something to that effect. But now that opens the door, giving DOJ um, the right to respond to the American people with more information as to why this FBI raid was conducted to begin with. So, was it smart for Trump's team to do this? You know, we understand um, their normal ways of going about things: block, 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 procrastinate, procrastinate, hold things up in the court of law for as long as you can. But was that smart? Because the Department of Justice have always said, we will not give out information, but we will respond to uh, whatever the need is. And in this sense, or they will respond to any legal tendencies. And this was one of them. Um, you, you never know what to say, although you have a lot to say. This is a situation that every day there's a new development, and you just sit back and uh, grab your soda and your popcorn and see what's next that's gonna come out of his mouth for anyone else who is in agreement, apparently, from taking these documents. I often wonder. Uh, I noticed that some folks like to compare this situation to the Benghazi situation because, oh, she was responsible for many American many lives of Americans. I think 13 or something of that sort. And they say, no, that was far more worse. Really? You've got top secret information here. You have information on any of the nuclear situations. You may have information on other leaders of other countries. What could happen if those get into the wrong hands? Why does Trump have them to begin with? That's that could be the question of the year. What does Trump need those documents for? Is it to blackmail another sitting president? Is it to blackmail our sitting president? Is it to get out of any kind of legal dismay? What does he need those documents for? He's no longer the president. What does he need them for? I've read many of a statement, and I've watched many allies defend the situation. I'm still waiting for a reputable and reasonable answer as to why. The story keeps changing. The excuse or the reason keeps changing every day. As soon as one is debunked as stupid, they come up with something else. It's quite incredible, quite incredible. Okay, so that is pretty much what we're going through today. The stocks, the stock markets, cryptocurrency. Any of y'all have any investments in crypto and in the stock market? I'm disgusted when I'm looking at it. Disgusted. I'm sure everyone who does can relate that they've seen their pension money, their 401k, just being flushed right down the toilet right now because of the scenarios that we're going through in our own country and around the world. But we maintain optimism and kind of ignore it if you can and move on. With that said, if you've got any questions or comments on any of the topics we brought up today, I'd like to hear your comments. I'd like to hear your responses on anything that we've mentioned. What do you think about these dinosaur parts that are coming up? What do you think about these reservoirs that are being depleted of drinking water? What do you think about Trump saying it's unprecedented to go through his home, but leaving out the part that it's unprecedented to bring classified documents into your home? What do you think about that? What do you think about our kids returning back to school and our teachers on strike, just demanding the very basic things that they need to do their jobs, to do their jobs effectively? What do you think about the situation going on in Ukraine? That 6 months later, um, we are now being told or suggested that all Americans leave Ukraine immediately. Don't forget to like and follow us at the Esteban Hour on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to YouTube. Send us those comments or those questions. You can also send emails to estebanhour at yahoo.com. Get involved by sending those comments. Get involved on our weekly updates, on our table talk, on our breaking news. Um, get involved. We have some interesting discussions coming up pretty soon with our guest panels, Miss Lady D. We have coming up Miss Soray and Miss Solana. So stay tuned for that. Um, excellent, excellent table talk in regards to certain current events that's coming up. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope that you definitely, definitely enjoy the rest of your day. Always remember, when you've accomplished your goals, don't forget to say to yourself, this is how we do it.